good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, Sierra Leone. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, Kono District. This is David Bongo coming to you from Kono News Network. And today again, I want to ask you to listen and go on along with me. I'm talking to you today about the university land resolution that has been reached at. Over the past week, we all have been hearing about the problems that are arising about land dispute, about the Kono University of Science and Technology lab in land in Bense Chiefdom. And there has been a consensus, the intervention of the Minister of Lands, Local Government, Minister of Local Government, Mr. TJB Lamina, who actually tried to arbitrate between the local authorities and the university. So today, Kono has an important reason to pause, reflect, and look forward with hope. What began as a troubling dispute over the old council land, resulting in the locking of university offices and raising concerns among students, staff, and citizens, has now moved towards a peaceful and permanent resolution. The Kono University of Science and Technology says the land saga has been resolved, with the Benson Chiefdom agreeing that the university should maintain permanent ownership of the chiefdom of the old council land. But beyond celebrating the resolution, we ask, what caused this dispute? What lessons have we learned? And how do we ensure that such a crisis never threatens the future of the university again? Key points for discussion today will be these. The dispute centered on the old council land being used by the, by the Kono University of Science and Technology. Excuse me for that glitch. The disagreement had become serious enough to result in the locking of university offices, creating concerns about the continuity of university operations. The dispute was not simply about land, it highlighted broader questions about land ownership and documentation, traditional authority and institutional property, community expectations, the protection of public educational institutions, and communication and dialogue between stakeholders. The root causes of this dispute are the following: uncertainty or disagreement over ownership and control of the old council land appears to have been at the heart of the saga. The historical status of the land and the interests of the Benson chiefdom and Kust required clarification. The dispute demonstrates the dangers that can arise when land agreements are not backed by clear, legally recognized, and properly documented conveyance instruments. There also appears to have been a breakdown in dialogue, allowing a land disagreement to escalate into an action that disrupted university administration. The locking of university offices transformed what might have been an administrative or land disagreement into a matter of public concern and institutional stability. The role of the Benson chiefdom. Paramount Chief Kombasango Kamachende led the Benson delegation. Chief representatives participated in the stakeholders' discussion and presented the chiefdom historical position on the land. Most importantly, the chiefdom leadership agreed to the Kust maintaining permanent ownership of the old council land. This decision is significant because it provides the university with greater certainty for future expansion and development. The role of the government. Minister of Local Government and Community Affairs, Ambassador Tambalamina, was recognized by Kust for his intervention and commitment to resolving the dispute. Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Dr. Haja Ramatulai Wuri, also played a key role in facilitating a solution and protecting the interests of higher education. Deputy Minister of Local Government, Mr. Moi Jamiru, chaired the August 17th stakeholders meeting on behalf of the substantive minister. He reportedly described the dispute and locking of university offices as worrisome and damaging to the image of the community. His intervention emphasized that Kust is a major opportunity for Kono and that the institution must be protected rather than subjected to disruption. Role of the civil service and security. Representatives of the Office of National Security, ONS, civil society organizations, and the senior district officer were part of the stakeholder framework. Their involvement demonstrates that the dispute had moved beyond a purely institutional matter and had implications for community peace, public order, and governance. So, the August 17 resolution emphasizes the following. A high-level stakeholder meeting was held on Monday, August 17th, 2026 at the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs. Both sides presented their historical perspectives. After deliberations, a peaceful agreement was reached. The Benson Chiefdom consented to Kust maintaining permanent ownership of the old council land. And this creates an opportunity for Kust to plan its future infrastructural development without continued uncertainty over the property. The important next steps to take are these. The parties have agreed to formally sign the Kust land conveyance document on the 24th of August 2026 at 10 a.m. The venue will be the Bense NA headquarters in Kwedu City, and the Ministries of Local Government and Community Affairs and Technical and Higher Education are also going to be expected to be present at the ceremony. So the way forward will be this. Complete and properly execute the land conveyance document and ensure that all relevant records are securely maintained. Ensure that the land agreement is legally enforceable and transparently documented, protecting both Kust and the community. Establish a permanent Kust-Bense chiefdom dialogue mechanism to prevent future misunderstandings. No stakeholders should resort to actions such as locking university facilities when dispute arises. Dialogue and lawful procedures must come first. Kust should develop a clear land use and expansion master plan for the old council land. The university and traditional authorities should communicate clearly with students, staff, youth, and the wider Kono community about the agreement. Government should continue supporting Kust with the resources required to fulfill its mandate. Kono people must recognize Kust is not merely a university, it is a long-term investment in the human capital and economic future of the district. The resolution should therefore mark the beginning of a new relationship based on trust, transparency, consultation, and mutual respect. Questions to ask. What exactly caused the disagreement over the old council land to escalate? Were the historical ownership agreements sufficiently documented before the dispute? What lessons should Kust and the Benson Chiefdom learn from this experience? Should traditional authorities have a formal role in resolving future disputes involving institutional lands? How can government prevent similar disputes involving schools, universities, and other school or public institutions? What safeguards should accompany the August 24 conveyance signing? And what responsibility does the Connaught community have in protecting the university? And most importantly, how do we move forward from a land dispute to a development partnership? In closing, the Kust land saga should not end simply with a signed document. It should end with a new culture of dialogue, accountability, and respect for institutions. The old council land must now become a symbol not of conflict, but of opportunity. Kust belongs to the future of Connaught, and protecting it is a responsibility shared by government, traditional authorities, university authorities, students, civil society, and every citizen of the district. Let August 24 not merely be the day of conveyance document is signed. Let it be the day Connaught chooses cooperation over confrontation, development over division, and education over conflict. The land has been secured. Now let us secure the future. Thank you very much for listening, and continue to subscribe and also provide comments and share this message.